Hey everyone. Wild idea. I'm recording in a park, so this could go wrong and I'll trash it, or if you see this, I decided to go through with it. I recently read a book and I have my notes. Stealing Home, Los Angeles, The Daughters and the Lives Caught in Between by Eric Nusbaum. This came out in 2021 by Public Affairs. When I heard about this book, I dropped everything to start listening to it. It was the choice for an Audible that I listened to during LA traffic to and from dropping off my daughter. I'm sorry, there's dogs running around and they're absolutely adorable. Ultimately, this is like a story that's like of a personal connection to. So the more I find out about literature or anything of the such, I'm up for reading it. So this is basically a book that's about the origins of Dodger Stadium coming to Los Angeles and how that even happened. And as I'm saying this, a tram is passing by. So back in the 1950s and prior, this is a large Mexican-American community of all different classes, and I'd say the city had made promises of public housing, but actually that public housing was also going to displace people that already had homes. So it was kind of like drafted as this ideal solution to a housing crisis that seems to have never ended. And instead, people got greedy, agreed to have Dodger Stadium come to Cesar Chavez Ravine where people already lived. And how that all happened, there were like a lot of contributing factors, such as real estate development, the Red Scare, fear-mongering through politics, racism, immigration, corporate handouts to cities, the presence of baseball in American life, and those were all touched upon. The author is actually a sports writer, and so I could see that influence, and I think I wanted less sports talk, but this is also someone that loves baseball, and so the love of baseball is also very much ingrained in the story. And so I get that that's the author's approach, because no matter who this affected, people very much still love baseball, right? And so there are so many moving parts to what happened, who was involved, how it happened. So the story is told in almost like a series of vignettes in a way. I think there's like 70 chapters, a little bit more than that. And so I think one of the issues is that I was listening to the audiobook instead of reading it. If I had read the actual print text, I think I would have enjoyed it more. But because it was written with like, I don't know how else to say it, like in vignettes, and I didn't really realize it, I was just listening to it, it just felt a little bit choppy and not really what I wanted. Ultimately, I wanted more intimate accounts from the people that this harmed, when instead we have more of a focus on the Arechiga family. I hope I'm saying that right. And it's interesting that I found that lacking, because I did watch a couple of interviews with the author, and that's exactly what he cut out. He did so much research, so a big tip of the hat to him, because it's a lot of work. It's a big undertaking. But in one of the interviews, he said that basically what I wanted, he took out. He cut out like maybe around 15,000 words, and it just happened to be some of the other conversations he had with other people that were impacted. And I wish that was in there. I just feel like for a story that I don't want to be forgotten, I don't know. I wish it had been in there, and he ultimately did it to keep the book as cohesive as he possibly could. So I get it, but I think I just wanted a little bit more from that. And yeah, I'm trying to look at all my notes. If you're also interested in this subject, I read a book called Boyle Heights. I'll include the long title below. It touches a little bit upon what happened at Dodger Stadium, very little, but actually there's so much that happened in the neighborhood of Boyle Heights that really mirrors what happened at Dodger Stadium, because it's all like within the same area. And so yeah, if you're interested in that subject, I'd say also pick up that book. So excuse me, I think I may have given it 4 stars on Instagram, but I think after a while of thinking about it, and I feel like I'm gonna sneeze, I'm gonna go ahead and give it 3.5 stars. So yeah, it's still worth picking up. It's still part of history. I don't want it to be forgotten. So if you're interested in that, pick it up. And I hope this audio went well. If you stuck with me and you would like to support the channel, please subscribe, like, comment below, and let me know what you think, if you have read this book or if you have other non-fiction historic books you would like to recommend to me. I'd really appreciate it.